The late afternoon sun bled into a fiery sunset, painting the Manila Bay in a dramatic palette of oranges and pinks. Exhausted after a particularly meager catch, I sat on the rickety pier, mending my net. A sudden commotion on the shore caught my attention. A group of photographers swarmed around the woman, their flashes popping like fireflies. Curiosity piqued, I hauled myself up and ambled towards the commotion. Even from a distance, she was breathtaking. Tall and slender, with a cascade of jet black hair tumbling down her back, and her porcelain skin glowed. Her features were sculpted to perfection. She was everything the glossy magazines promised. A dream come true, walking on the beach. As I drew closer, a flicker of recognition sparked in my mind. It was her. Let's just call her Este, not her real name. She's the reigning goddess of Philippine cinema in the 70s. Every man in the country was in love, myself included. Back then, her face adorned every billboard. Her movies broke box office records and her name was synonymous with beauty and grace. To see her here on this desolate pier felt surreal. Her entourage parted, revealing her full glory. She turned her gaze, landing on me, and at that very moment, my breath hitched. Her brown, or was it black eyes, the same shade as the dark churning sea behind her, held a captivating intensity. A smile, both alluring and unsettling, curved her lips. She glided towards me, the sand barely seemingly not holding her weight. She's just like floating. She said, "Lost fisherman?" Her voice a melodious whisper that sent shivers down my spine. I stammered, my usual bravado deserting me under the weight of her gaze. She chuckled, a sound like wind chimes tinkling in a breeze. "Don't worry, little one," she said, her voice dripping with a strange sensuality. "I won't bite." She spent the next hour weaving a spell around me. She spoke of the city, of the stifling life of a celebrity, of yearning for the simple beauty of the sea. I was putty in her hands, completely enamored by this vision of perfection who seemed interested in a mere fisherman like me. As the sun dipped below the horizon, plunging the beach into a dusky twilight, she invited me to a secluded cove further down the shore. Blinded by infatuation, I readily followed. The cove was hidden from view, a crescent of white sand cradled by jagged rocks. The air crackled with a strange energy. The scent of salt and seaweed thick in the air. She turned to me, her smile turning predatory, and she said, "The sea needs a sacrifice." She purred, her brown eyes now turned emerald, glowing in the fading light. Terror flooded my veins. The stories and the whispers all came rushing back. The beautiful siren, or called Serena, the Lamia of the eater of men. She wasn't a woman longing for escape. She was a monster disguised as a dream. Panic fueled my movements. I looked and lunged for the rusty knife I always kept tucked in my belt. A guttural growl ripped from her throat as I plunged the blade into her chest. Hot blood, slick and unnatural, stained my hand. She recoiled, a look of disbelief twisting her beautiful face. But she wasn't done. With a deafening roar, She lunged, teeth bared, her once seductive form morphing into something monstrous, clawed and scaled. The fight was brutal, a desperate struggle for survival. In the ensuing chaos, her razor-sharp claws tore off a chunk of my right ear. She ate it and gave me a very wicked smile. It left a searing pain and crimson trail down my cheek, but my strike had found its mark. The sirena, or Lamia, convulsed, a strangled cry escaping her lips. Then, with a final shudder, she dissolved into a mist of seawater, leaving only a faint scent of brine and the unsettling silence in her wake. The next year passed in a blur. Recovery from the attack, grappling with the physical and mental scars and the strange silence that hung heavy in the air. Then one day, a movie poster plastered on a bus stopped and jolted me back to reality. There she was, Este, her face aglow with the same captivating smile. Not a scar, not a blemish marred her flawless beauty. She was promoting her latest film, a picture of youthful vibrancy, while I, shuddering, afraid, has been given a reminder of the night's horror, was left forever marked. The Lamia, or the actress Este, or Serena, whoever she was, had moved on, her beauty preserved on those beautiful billboards and posters. But for me, the memory of the twilight encounter remained etched in my soul, a reminder that beauty can be a mask, and the sea holds secrets far more terrifying than any fisherman's tale. Years passed and I married, had children, and grew old. The sea continued to provide a testament to the delicate balance restored. One evening, my grandchildren huddled around me, their eyes wide with curiosity. "Grandpa," one of them piped up, "why don't you like TV shows or those Meet the Stars things?" I chuckled, a dry, raspy sound. "Let's just say," I began, tracing the jagged scar on my right ear, "I once met a very famous actress who left a lasting impression." Their eyes widened further. "Really? Who was it?" I smiled, a bittersweet memory playing on my lips. "Her name, my dears, is best left unsaid, but trust me, you wouldn't want to meet her." They pressed on, but I remained tight-lipped. Some secrets are better left to bird, along with the terrifying beauty and the chilling truth of the Serena or Lamia, who stole a piece of me and left a lifelong scar, a constant reminder of the day I met a monster disguised as a dream.